Welcome to the Dojo. This is the first inaugural episode of the Dojo cast for the Honey Badger Fight School here in Wichita. What's the Honey Badger Fight School? It's a martial arts school here in Wichita, Kansas. We're at 1768 George Washington Boulevard. What the intention of this is to have a weekly episode where I talk about things related to the school, related to martial arts that might benefit you or might benefit others. They can be life things, what it's about, what we do, and I hope you learned something. I hope you're entertained. And it's going to be 5 to 10 minutes in length, so not a whole lot of your time. First thing I want to talk about was training martial arts. What do you get out of training martial arts? What's in it for you? How you should look at it. One thing I wanted to focus on in this first episode was training martial arts for kids. Kids at our school are pretty much anyone under the age of 13. When they're 13, we graduate them to start working in the adult class with others. So this is the age group I'm referring to. We started about 4, work all the way up to 13. And that's what I'm referring to when I talk about youth, when I talk about these groups. So one of the first things I want you to kind of understand, that my view on this, or my take on this, is martial arts aren't a seasonal sport. I've seen a lot of parents that come to the school. They want their kid to get the things or the benefits that come from training martial arts, but they think, I'm in between soccer season, I'm in between football season. This will be a great thing for little Billy to do a couple months. And while the intentions are good, the philosophy or the reasoning behind it are bogus. You can't take any physical skill, take anything worth learning, and master it in 2 to 3 months worth of time. You can't get the benefit of training martial arts in the way that you could a football or the way that you could a soccer, because football is a team sport. Soccer is a team sport. Martial arts is necessarily you competing against you. It's you trying to improve you. It's you trying to be better. It's you trying to learn these things, these skills that take repetition, they take time, they take working on somebody else to master. You can't do it for 3 to 4 months and get what the full benefit of it is. So if you're the parent looking for something for their kid to do for the summer, it might be a great way to spend it, but they're not going to get the true benefits of it unless you look at it as more than a season thing, as more than just this is something for him to do for the summer. It needs to be something that you're committing to, more than 2 to 3 months out of the year for you to get the full benefit of it. So with that being said, someone might ask, what are the benefits of my kid training martial arts? What's the benefits of them being there? One of the first things is necessarily it's fitness. It is a fitness thing. It's kids do calisthenics, they do exercise, they work out, and it's 2 to 3 nights a week that your kid is getting dedicated fitness and having fun while doing it. So instead of having that video game, instead of having that TV show on, instead of just sitting around, eating Hot Pockets or whatever and wasting time, they're actually doing something productive. They're exercising, they're making friends, they're socializing. So the first benefit I really feel is, just a certain level of fitness. So behind fitness, I feel that's really neat about martial arts is the confidence. When a kid starts learning a certain set of skills and they can start demonstrating those set of skills, they get a certain amount of confidence they just didn't have before. So the confidence gets increased. They feel better about things. They're able to encounter things like bullies, going to school and being able to just function in a different way they didn't before, because some of those fears might not be there. Some of those insecurities might not be there because they've conquered them on the mats. They've battled them against themselves. They've worked them with their friends. And a kid that does martial arts in general is a more confident kid. So if you can give your kid that gift of confidence, you can solve a lot of problems with bullying, not wanting to be around others, not learning to socialize with other kids. And it's freaking awesome, the transformations I've seen some of the kids go through in the time that they've been studying martial arts as far as their confidence is concerned. So next to confidence, I think, is respect for others. We teach the kids jiu-jitsu. So in learning jiu-jitsu or doing jiu-jitsu, they basically learn to follow rules, respect the rules, respect the person they're working with, respecting the partner they're working with. And it basically teaches those kids that, hey, society is a thing of rules. We're supposed to function a certain way to get rewards. And I can have fun in here. I can do these things that are neat. And I can do this within the rules. So you start to respect other people's boundaries. You start to respect others. And it's a great takeaway that they follow these rules, learn respect for other people's. And most importantly, they learn respect for themselves. So next below that, I would say that they learn discipline. We're strict with the classes. Kids don't mouth off. They can have a friendly discussion and say their point. in a respectful manner, but there's no back talking, there's no screaming at others, there's no talking out of turn, there's bowing in, there's bowing out, there's certain courtesies and respects that are paid on the mat that your kid might not get in day-to-day life being at school all day. Waiting in the lunch line is a lot different than, learning you have to wait to speak, learning you need to bow in and bow out to respect what you're about to do and to find a certain mindset for it. So having that discipline is great. It's something the kid might not even be exposed to otherwise. And it's something that you can reinforce at home using this school because it's such fun. It's such a great time. It helps them to understand that, being disciplined can be a great thing. And so beyond being disciplined, eventually that leads to being self-disciplined. And it teaches your kid that discipline is important. And stepping out of just being disciplined in an environment, they can be disciplined people. And disciplined people are successful people. So that's where I would go with that, is it teaches the kids to use discipline. After it teaches the kids to use discipline, they learn to be self-disciplined. And I think being self-disciplined leads to being a respectful or being a successful person. So beyond that is the self-defense. Your kid learns what to do, what not to do when they're in a dangerous situation, how to react to those things. They're drilled in. They're built back into the kid's psyche, and so they learn a certain amount of being able to defend themselves. What's a bad situation? What's a good situation? How to use those things? How to defend themselves against other kids? And it goes back to the first point I made, is being competent human beings. So there's my take on what's great about teaching kids martial arts. I think kids should start martial arts, ages of 4 and up. My daughter started really early. Both my daughters started about 3 and 4 years old. One of them went on to win some championships, win some belts. The other one still has those skills as far as defending herself to this day that she's talked to me about. So I think that a kid having a background in martial arts over the years it leads to strong adults. So if you're wanting something that you're hoping can give all these things and help lead to being a strong adult and raising your kid, my daughters are 19 now and 22. And they have some strength that other people don't have, just based on being in martial arts their whole life. So if you're interested, check it out. Go find us on Facebook. It's Honey Badger Fight School. It's Honey Badger Wichita, basically is what it comes down to. And you can always email me at honeybadgerfightschool@gmail.com or just send me a message here. So thanks for your time. Thanks for listening. This is Brian Hunter, and I'll be back next week with another quick little Dojo cast.